Good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening, or good night. This is Jen at Jen's Arty Inclinations, a place to create, share, and play. Alrighty, so doing the hashtag 2022 Collage Challenge, and the prompts are retro 50s and 60s. So I have some 50s and 60s here. Theme is autumn, so I do have some real autumn leaves. Not sure I'll use those, but I have a few different kinds of autumn leaves that I can use in this. The colour is purple or lilac, so I have some purple pieces as well. Plus these have a little bit of a purple tinge to them. Receipt, ledger or invoice is the paper, so I've just photocopied off some receipt and ledger sheets that I have. There is a place or a building is the focal point. So I have this as my main building, but I also have this, which is the Customs House in Sydney, down at Circular Quay. And that also for me has a 50s and 60s reference because that's where my mum and dad met, which is why I chose a 50s woman and a 50s man, like their heads that was in one of the books, and I reduced them down. So building and building, and then gesso, like mark making is gesso, splashes or random paint. So I'll play about a little bit with that. And asterisk or star is the shape. So I've got some asterisks and stars that I cut out of ledger paper. I might use them. I do have a couple of little sort of stencils that are sort of asterisks. You know, I'll see what happens on that. Do have a bonus that I can use, which is you can use it as a bonus or a swap. So it's handwriting, you know, letter or postcard. So I've got some postcards handy, but on the ledger paper there's also handwriting. So if I don't manage to get one of the elements in, then you know, I know I'll have that in there. So here we go. Now, what I've done is I've got this building. It sort of looks retro 50s and 60s to me. That was just a picture out of a book. I wanted to have that there with the little holes cut out. My idea is that I can have the little man showing through. I thought the car would be kind of fun showing through a little bit there. I cut that funny. And then I thought Customs House would be nice on one of those as well. Then I want to put the ledger paper behind it all and maybe some autumn leaves coming out of that. So we'll see how we end up. So first off, I shall grab the ledger paper and I'll put that behind it. So I'm not really going to do much rhyme or reason. I thought I'll just, there you go, there's the first bit. I'm trying to catch up and get my collage done. So as you all know, or if you've caught up with my last couple of videos, you'll know that I have actually just had to take a little bit of time out. And I'd love to say I have a whole raft of videos in the pipeline, which I do, but I get too excited and so then I release them. So I never really have many. I never really have many in reserve, which is silly because I should, but I don't, you know, life of being a mum. So, all right, so there we go, blob, blob. And I'm just going to randomly put you down there. So that's a lovely worn ledger page. I really do like that. And I'm going to put you sideways. I think that sounds nice. And what's this one of? I don't really want to, I think. So when's this from? Oh, 39. So it's a little bit early. But I might just tear you down there. There we go. Tear, tear, tear. And then I'm thinking that you would be kind of lovely and fine in that bit. So now if you're going to glue something into a fold, I learnt this from pop-ups. There is actually a little bit of a technique to it so that you can easily open the page, because no matter how much you measure it, there is always just a slight difference. So in actual fact, what you're best to do is fold it like that, and then you close your book on it. And that way it will always work. And that's the same with your pop-ups too. So you do one side, but then you fold it to close the other side. So there you go, little tip. Do I want that there or do I want a different one there? Maybe a different one. Quite like that. Maybe that can go behind. There we go. She could go right on that edge, and then we could have this lovely piece of writing here. I think that's a lovely idea. That's an actual piece of letter paper, which is fine. And then maybe, what do we think? A little flower in her hair. So we might do that at some point, and that'll add a bit of more purple. So going to use her, and then let's stick her down. And I like her. She seems 50s and 60s. And again, it's in with the Custom House theme. So my mum and dad met at Customs House and they went to lots and lots of Custom House balls. So I always thought they were wonderful dancers. However, apparently they never used to dance at the balls. They just used to go. So balls were events where you, for them anyway, where you went and dressed up. And yeah, neither of them danced, which I think is kind of wonderful. So there we go. And I did want to put that underneath, didn't I? I forgot. But then again, do I want that actually to go over there? Yes, I do. Do I want it? Yes, I do. Just keep talking to myself and it will eventually make sense. So I don't even know. This is like a ledger paper that I've ripped away. So obviously something I've used in one of my books somewhere. So I wonder what that was all about. All right, I'll just leave that there for the time being. Now this, let's see how this looks. So I accidentally split the top of that car. Cars were another thing from the 50s for my family, which is kind of cool. All right, so we're going to put the little girl there, the man there in the window. I thought you might be able to see some more of that ledger paper behind that. So maybe I need to do another bit of ledger just to make me feel like I've got some there. Shame to cover up that writing, actually. Lucky it's only a photocopy. Yes. So I like that. Then I'm going to put him there, her there. Where am I going to put this? I think I'll put that there. I'll put the car peeking out there. Gosh, it's going to come together quite quickly, this really. Alrighty, so there's a car peeking out. Then I could put another bit of ledger behind that bit, because I quite like that. A ledger there. Maybe a bit of ledger here. Let's have a look. Just keep talking with that inclination in your voice, or intonation in your voice. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So that is da. Alrighty. So you can sit there. I think you'll work there. Yep, you'll work there. Yep, you'll work there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So first thing I'm going to do is stick down you. Do I want you there or do I want you there? I think I do want you maybe up there. Okay. Do I want you so that you're behind there completely? Yes. All right. I'm happy with that. And actually, I'm going to use that bit. So what I'm doing here is I want it to look like it's actually in the window. If that makes any sense at all. So I will just put this around the edge. I'm quite happy for it to just be on two edges. And then that is going to, I do not want it to come out over the edge, and it doesn't, so that's good. Good, good, good. So this is just to add a slightly bizarre moment into the picture. It's not really to create anything in particular. Okay, so I just want it to have different things behind those windows. So you'd expect, obviously that was the tree that you could see and the top of the pool. So I just wanted it to look completely different. Yes, that's a good way to bring in the purple, like that. That's not really purple. There's another purple. So I'm going to stick the edge of that down, like so. You can hear little man giggling in the background. I'm going to put a bit of this here for the star portion of the challenge. So something, let's just do it that way. Okay, so if I fold that, I can kind of see where that will go. Yep, so that sits there. So now I'll glue you all top down. Right, so there we go. Goodness me, been a huge day today. We have a big plumbing problem in our house, which isn't unusual. A certain young 13-year-old finds it fascinating to put all sorts of different things down drains and toilets. So it's gotten to the point where it's now completely blocked. However, apparently there's a pipe connection that's a problem from whoever did it last time, and so now it's a lot of fuffing and faffing, and yeah, it's going to be a massive 3-day job digging up the garden and everything, but it's taken all day to work that out, so that's been fun. Not chatted to NDIS, you know, people about getting the next lot of supports organised, and those of you in Australia will understand what that is. NDIS is one of the places that, the way we do our disability supports, it's always, it's wonderful, but it's a bit of a nightmare. It's a admin disaster zone, basically. What else? Yeah, it's just been, and all sorts of other things today too. It's just been busy, really, really, really busy. Okay, so do we want you there like that, or do we want you there like that? Why don't we just have you at an angle so we know that you're not really sitting there? I don't actually want it to look like, I want it to look like it's not meant to be there. Which I know that sounds a little strange, but aren't you used to a little strange with me, hey? If you've been watching me for any length of time, you know I'm not very good at following rules or even my own advice. So yes, that is always quite amusing, and you're definitely stuck down quite nicely. So we'll just snip you, which is all fine and good. There we go. So now that building is sitting in there, and what do we want? Our little lady and bloke. Okay, how about, so let's just put glue all around there. You can go down there, you can go on the right side, down there, you can go down there. Remember, it's really important to talk to your inanimate objects, crafting supplies. They always work better for you when you talk to them. Truly. Okay, so now I'll just squish you guys together, you guy and gal. Right, so that's our lady. We want him at a bit of a jaunty angle. There we go. I want to stick her little hair thing in because I really like that idea of doing a hair thing on her. I don't normally go kind of centre-ish, but I'm going to go that with you on that one today, my lassie. Now I'm just working out how to finish you off. subscribe below, and as always, keep creating. See you next time.